some dirt. Baby, we gon' shine. Baby, we gon' shine. It was a long line. I paid my dues, now watch me fly. Mama always told me, yeah, you reaping what you sow. Always had the sauce, I just kept it on the low. Gotta be water, I'm just going with the flow. Let's ride. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I wanna do it right here. Let's go. Right now. Right here. Let's say it louder. Right
GM. Whoa.
Did not mean to be in that voice. GM, everybody. Welcome back to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We are watching the end of the auction for Noun 1337. This band-shirted orca we got yesterday. If you want to watch the auction with us, you can do so at nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. They'll both take you to the same place. While you're there, you can check out Nomo Now number 1337, this fantastic robo ketchup that we got yesterday for just 0.00069 ETH. It's 266 USD. 100% of the proceeds goes to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding Artists on Chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. You can check that out at yellowcollective.xyz. But in the meantime, we do have 1 minute and 39 seconds left on this auction of this band-shirted orca, currently sitting at 2.78, coming in from 0x5998. Do we think we're going to see another bid?
Yes or no?
It's definitely going to be one of those two. Yeah. Very super useful answer, Brett. Thanks for that. That's
Well, I'm not going to be bidding, I can tell you that.
You know what? That's fair. I've had a very eventful last hour because I realized I'm on my new setup and it's wonderful and it's fantastic and it works now. But I realized there it is, 2.84 bid coming in from 0x24B5. But I realized about 40 minutes before the show that my I still needed to set up OBS for the live stream, and I also needed to set up my soundboard, which is at the moment bare bones. I don't remember the last time my soundboard was this clean. I've got 7 buttons. That's it. I don't even have an air horn to spam if Carlos shows up. I feel bereft. I've got nothing. I've got nothing at all. I mean, I have everything ready to go, and I can, add things to it on the fly. Like I backed up all of the sounds that I had. But still, it's weird. Oh, another bid, 2.9 coming in from 0x5998. Yeah, it's really weird how much space I have. Anyway, I'm having a day. Um, it's been one of those days for several weeks now. Anyway, while we've got a couple of minutes left, we might as well check out some of the active proposals. There's only 2 at the moment, because Flows.wtf and Nouns Esports Prop have both passed. Nouns Esports blowing through what was needed, 142 to 29. It only needed 107 to pass, so that was really nice to see. That voting ended 10 hours ago, and it was a success. So excited to see another year of Nouns Esports. And we've got 2 more props that are live right now. Resubmission of Noun Sense, 11 to 44, and the NNS Lab Season 3 is currently sitting at 14 to nothing. Strong start. And a lot of people, myself included, have posted vote with reasons for why they are in favor, and they're very nice to see. So I'm excited about that one. And we've got 4 pending props. We're going to be talking about each one of these. Nouns Musical has reformatted their proposal, incorporated feedback. So excited to. I'm trying to get the team to come by if they have time, but time zones are weird at this particular time that we're kind of stuck at the moment. So we'll see when we're able to do that. Then Nouns Piggy Bank, haven't got an update. I reached out to Zurich's Ishel about this, but haven't heard back yet. Hopefully we will soon. Nouns at Central Academy of Fine Art Beijing. This just went up earlier today, and I've already had 4 conversations about it. Shout out White Eyed Carl for consistently showing up. He might be coming by on the show later today to talk about this new proposal. If he isn't, I know enough about it now that I can probably wax poetic about it for some time. So excited about that. And I didn't even see this proposal before going live. Plastic awareness and recycling for kids in Indonesia. We're going to take a look at that. That just went live a couple hours ago. Certainly sounds fun. 2 minutes left on the Nouns auction. 2.9 is the top bid at the moment. We might see another bid coming in. We might not. Who can say? And I'm not logged into Warpcast, so I'm not going to be able to interact with any of those frames. I need to fix that. We've got a couple of other exciting things going on over in the Warpcast world. Not least of which is the new Nouns newsletter, which I haven't had a chance to read yet, but I'm very excited about. Always consistently does a fantastic job. What else has been going on with the 1 minute left and 30 seconds of which I'll be filling with the countdown theme?
Bitcoin broke 100K today. ETH is creeping on 4K. Hawk to a Girl launched a meme coin and rugged it today. What else? I know there's something else.
I'm sorry. That last one. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and there's like all sorts of like insider shit people are finding out, and yeah, it's not gonna go well for her.
I have so many questions.
Like she hosted a Twitter space trying to, explain herself, and all of crypto Twitter got on her, and yeah, I read a little bit. I didn't listen to it, but I read some of the comments and stuff. It's kind of funny. She's in hot water.
I feel like she's been sort of trying to grift since that
Oh yeah,
whole
since
thing.
that video. Yeah, 100%. Longest 15 minutes ever.
I mean, listen, I understand the impetus, right? I understand the desire to when you do have a moment like that to milk it, but there are intelligent ways to do that. And I
Yeah.
know because one of my best friends is doing the same thing. and not scamming people in the process.
Yeah, the best thing I've seen so far is she's gonna have to talk to a judge, but it's like the way it's spelled is hawk to a, but talk to a.
I'm wow. Oof. That's Oh, that reminds me. There was some other news. In the some millionaire deaths in the news. There was some Rothschild got caught in a house fire, and the CEO of United Healthcare was shot in Manhattan this morning. I would express remorse, but unfortunately, remorse for his actions is out of his plan. So nature is healing. But they apparently police in New York are saying that they have suspicions that it might have been a targeted attack, which narrows down the suspects to about 15 million people who have a reason to want that man dead. I've had a very fun day.
I saw someone who claimed they tracked the city bike, like the person got away on a bike and went a couple blocks, and they were able to track it where they parked it at.
Okay, and
it's like narrowing down where they went to afterwards. There's like some hotel, so there's like can be cameras and shit when they were coming in, and but it was like some random like college student
yeah, I
in New York
guarantee you, if
who
anybody
tracked down
knows
where it was.
if anybody knows who it is, who did that, anybody in New York is going to be doing their utmost to protect that person. I guarantee you. Also, something to note. This guy, I don't know his name. It doesn't matter. Was going to a investors meeting for United Healthcare, and they still had the meeting on time. Like, it wasn't even cold yet, and they just walked right over him and still had the meeting. Don't do your job any favors. These were the people that he was putting doing all of his work in order to make the money. These were the shareholders that he was saying, he was about to have a meeting where he told them that he was, denying insurance to make them a profit. And they had the meeting without him. Perfectly on time. Barely a feather ruffled.
It's wild.
That right there is America in a nutshell. Ugh. Today's been fun. I got a new computer. I opened up Blue Sky on my new computer, and the first thing I see is watch a millionaire get smoked. It's nature is healing. Anyway, less than a minute left on the auction. 3.03 is the top bid at the moment. I don't know if we're going to see another one. Never mind. 3.1 coming in from 0xABA8. You know what? We're pushing the auction later. I'm all for it. I am A-okay with this. So what else has been going on? Davin, long time no see. Are you actually a speaker, or is Spaces being a flawless platform with no flaws, as is his wont? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Nope.
Nope, not talking. Well, I appreciate your presence anyway. By the way, if there's anybody who's watching the live stream and wants to join in on the conversation, we are live on Spaces. I'll make sure that there is a post up that has the link. So if you would like to join, you are more than welcome to. Just scroll up on our go to our profile page, scroll up a little bit. You could join the Spaces live. There's going to be marginally less latency than there would be otherwise, and I can bring you up on stage, or you can be like Davin and be on stage for all of 30 seconds and then disappear. That works too. But while we're sitting around waiting for the auction to end, we are always in favor of folks coming up and joining us. And speaking of, Kanaka-san.
Hello, GM.
GM.
Uh,
Ohio.
it's the evening time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
It's easy to join here this time. So what time is there? I don't know.
Oh, you know, 2 in the morning.
Morning. Good morning.
2 a.m. Yeah, it's not really good morning yet. It's not really good night.
Yes?
It's more like
Wow.
just. I think the appropriate greeting at this time of night is sort of the sound of crying.
Mhm. Thanks to your consideration to the place the opposite time though. I'm very happy to be here.
You know what? I am very happy that this is the one good thing about having a show that moves with the auction, is that we are, as we go around the clock, we're able to encompass the entire globe and have people from every time zone. It wreaks havoc with my circadian rhythm, which is, at minimum, my circadian rhythm is playing freeform jazz, but it's still. Oh, and Davin's getting rugged. That's what's happening. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, and just I want to something I want to share with about our project and the community.
Please do. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left,
Yeah,
so I'm
okay.
going to start playing a countdown theme in 1 minute. So go for it.
And Taga-san, just please share the tweet about the thing that I just shared voice. Yeah, I have a space worldwide now for Japan space project produced by the TN's
Yes.
Open Mic, and today we will have a guest Kipas company. So I'm very excited to showcase the Kipas and our relationship with the Kipas through the Nouns community. So yeah, just let me
That's so
share.
exciting.
Yeah, keep us getting to understand what the nouns is and also Web3 is. So many potential in the Web3. That's why very exciting to keep on doing with the nouns and keep us. タカさん、シェアできますか？それじゃあ、Thank you for the opportunity.
はい。
Yes.
シェアしました。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
See you. See you.
We are going to have to call it right here because the auction is ending in 10 seconds. So we'll come back to that though in a second because that is really exciting. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live, NOMO.WTF. We're gonna play a little game. You know what time it is. It is time for Janky FOMO. All right, you know the drill. Thumbs up the nouns you like, thumbs down the nouns you don't. That safety trash can is actually kind of good. And if we see a noun that gets enough thumbs ups in the first two... Oh, dear Lord, no. In the first 2 seconds or so, that's going to be the noun that's on auction for the next 24 hours. We'll see what we get. I don't dislike that plane. We're not looking for anything in particular. Oh, thank you for pinning that up. It's on the worldwide nouns. If you are in the space and you want to check out any of the links that we talk about, or if you're not in the space, come to the space, and all of the links that we talk about are going to be pinned above in this space. Unfortunately, I have no way of communicating in the Twitch chat, or not the Twitch chat, the Twitter chat, for if you are watching the live stream. But all of the links are going to be posted above. So make sure you come by and check those out. Worldwide Nouns is a weekly space that happens over on our open mic channel. I think a lot of people might not necessarily know about open mic anymore, so this is a good excuse for us to talk about it. And we got a Fabergé egg.
Someone settled.
That's okay, because we still have Nomo nouns. So if you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. You're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you.
Choose your character.
Spam click your favorite noun with all your might. Every 10 seconds, half of them are eliminated with until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. Make sure you've signed in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. That's very important. Sign in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. Make sure you've done this. 15 seconds left on that timer. Couple good ones here. I really like the Decay Pride weed. Not gonna lie, I like the safety trash. I still do. The Doom soundtrack is pretty good. But there can only be one! Make sure to pick your favorites. If we get the Doom soundtrack, Nomo, I will play that for our outro song. But yeah, I'll play like Kitchen Ace or something. Okay, we've got a weird-looking pumpkin, a Decay Pride weed head, bird cheese, and the Doom soundtrack.
Final round. Decay Pride Weed versus Doom. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Weedhead wins. Fatality. Rip and tear until it is done.
I'm not sorry. All right, fantastic. We got this beautiful Nomo now, number 1338, the Decay Pride Weed Head. If you want to pick this up, you can do so over the next 24 hours for just 0.00069 ETH. It's 265 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to supporting artists on chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, congratulations to Yes to Crypto. I don't have the clap sound effect, so just pretend it's playing. For collective noun number 412, this crazy looking Maki that we got yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and settle this auction and see what we get for collective noun number 413. Sick Nounie! Oh, that's
Good one.
so good. That's beautiful. Okay. I forgot I had access to a community soundboard on here where I can just play whatever I want. There's like 6 billion sounds or something. Anyway, we got a sick Noun O'Clock on this one, collective noun number 413. It's on auction for the next 24 hours. If you are not familiar with the Yellow Collective by now, clearly I'm not doing my job, but go to yellowcollective.xyz to check it out. The Yellow Collective is an on-chain club built on DAO Rails, built entirely to support artists, and we do that by commissioning artists based in Yellow editions, and then selling that art on whatever platform, and then they get a revenue share on that. We've done we relatively recently just passed a proposal to get an EP that's been recorded, that's releasing in January. So we've also commissioned a lot of other art. We've done rounds where people are submitting art. We're submitting builders who support artists with their work, all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want to check that out, go to yellowcollective.xyz. Speaking of, if you are a Yellow Collective member, and I know a lot of people listening already do have Yellow Collective nouns, if you haven't noticed yet, we do have a proposal up in the DAO. Yellow Collective sponsorship and tribe for Cast Out by GM Farcaster. It's currently sitting at 49 to nothing. 6 abstains, which is interesting. But yes, this is basically a proposal asking for 0.25 ETH sponsorship for Cast Out, which is basically just Survivor on Farcaster. They've already done one game, and it actually contributed significantly to the Yellow Collective in the early days because Toady won it and put 100% of the winnings into the Yellow Collective treasury. So we're giving back with this proposal, and we're gonna have a Yellow Collective tribe that is going to be open to Yellow Collective members. So if you are a member of the Yellow Collective and you want to join the Yellow Collective tribe in Cast Out, then I believe there's Brett. Is there's like an application form or something?
It's closed already.
If you are a member of the Yellow
I'm actually
Collective,
currently talking to Prof. Like we're actively DMing right now.
Oh, okay, great. Well, if you are a member of the Yellow Collective and you want to be part of the Yellow Collective tribe for Cast Out, too bad you're too late. But make sure you vote on this anyway. I'm a great campaigner. Anyway. So yeah, that's the Yellow Collective. Go if you want more information. Yellowcollective.xyz is the
Why
place
the
to be.
How is Prof awake right now?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
It just hit me. I was like, wait a second, why is she awake?
It is 2 in the morning. More importantly, why is she awake and not here? Stop DMing. Tell her to get on the show.
Because she's probably working on Cast Out stuff. That's what she DM'd me about.
How dare she?
It starts in 4 days. I think it's the 9th through the 19th.
I cannot believe that Prof would
And then
focus on her own network that she runs and is her job
ready
to
to
run.
go to Miami tomorrow because there's a Lil Nouns Pizza DAO event for Art Basel.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, Art Basel. Okay. I didn't know that was so soon.
Yes. Yeah, it's going on right now.
Well, this is what I get for living under a rock. I really shouldn't. I run a daily news show. It's amazing how little I know about what's happening. That's the real world, though. Who cares about that? I live on the internet, which is probably why I'm like this, come to think of it. But anyway, let's talk about some of the things that happened recently. Speaking of the news, we got another Maddie Nouns letter. The Nouns newsletter from Maddie, which is always a joy. Smashing in 25. I know what that's about. The Nouns Esports proposal passing with a little recap is available there. There is, oh yeah, Toady is in the Nouns with the Blueprint on-chain creator incubator. So we're very excited about that. Going to be working on proliferating Zero Pod, which is that's his baby. It's our podcast, Zero Rights Reserved. Which, if you are not familiar with it, Toady does an absolutely incredible job. Toady and Jack do Toady does all the editing and recording for that Toady does all the recording. Jack and Toady do the editing. Jack Wilds, and it's brilliant. And you should definitely go check it out. It's on our YouTube page, so that is where to go if you want to see more of that. And I definitely do recommend it. They're also all of the episodes are on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever else that you would ever want to listen to a podcast. We have distribution just everywhere, even in some platforms that I had never heard of before we started distributing there. So seriously, go check it out. Zero Rights Reserved podcast by the Noun Square. It is genuinely, it is one of my favorite things to listen to, and it's not because I am tangentially associated with it. It's genuinely really well done. So go check it out if you haven't recently. Anyway, got some interesting Warpcast posts. Post from Wide Eye Carl, who is going to try to come by imminently, but might not be able to. We will see. He's in the middle of his work day at the moment. But a fun little video for from him of the Nouns Playground, which is a salient point to the proposal that they have up, the same team, for a public art installation. We'll be talking about that in just a few minutes here. The paranounal activity thing, and then a couple of project updates. The art contest with Phi that we're running that I wasn't going to talk about yet, but there's all of the various Nouns Fest videos, including the Christmas one that I am not playing while we're on a live stream because I will get banned on all of our platforms. Sometimes Santa wants to just beat up a snowman and piss on it. What are you going to do? A little Nouns Fair Bangkok recap. Nouns Animal Shelter in Vietnam. Some Dreamland updates. Camp updates, which I've been very excited about. There, particularly the flows.wtf activity on camp. I usually, when I show camp off on this show, I'm showing the proposals feed, so everybody can get a view of everything going on. But the main view of camp is actually just this big ongoing feed of everything going on, and this now includes auction activity, it includes vote with reasons just across the board, and now it also shows activity on flows, which I'm very excited by. I'm really happy that passed, and that we're gonna see where things go with that. Yeah. And then there's information on the props as usual. So if you haven't checked out the Nouns letter, please do so. It's on Maddie's page. You can find him on Warpcast, literally at Maddie. Pure and simple. Got a lower FID than I do. God damn. Not much lower. I don't think. Yeah, not much lower. Like less than 1,000 lower than me, but still. And Nounish posted a little update. What? Brett, have you watched this?
Yeah, of course. It's beautiful. Goldie made the greatest crab I've ever seen.
I bet. Basically, Nounish does this thing. 3 Artists, 1 Inspiration is an ongoing series that they have where they get 3 artists that specialize in different mediums, and they give them a singular inspiration, in this case, a Nouns crab, and they get them to do their interpretations of it in their own way, which giving these crazy schmucks. It just lets them play around, and it is a lot of fun. It's up on YouTube, and this one's up on Zora, so go check it out. Nounish posted it on Warpcast and everywhere else, so you can mint it. Goldie sets out to make the world's first sock puppet crab monster.
He succeeded.
Oh, I bet. If there's one thing I have faith in, it's Goldie's ability to be absolutely chaotic at the drop of a hat.
On the Nounish Instagram, they post like, videos when they're making the stuff.
Uh-huh.
And today, I saw Becca in an elf costume, and they were playing. I don't remember what the game was, but yeah, they have a Christmas one coming up.
Well, there's also I bet they're gonna be at the Variety Christmas party.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But
I'm
they were,
also
definitely
kind of gonna be
filming,
there, I think.
because Goldie was like getting the other artists to dance for him, and he was like recording them dancing. Probably like rotoscope it or something.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, I like their series, and I like the longer form ones that they do. Because that's
Nounish
the kind of stuff
consistently
that
makes.
I'll put on in the morning when I'm drinking coffee, just like some art, something.
I don't know if I could handle a Nounish video before caffeination, honestly. I'm in awe that you can manage that. There's so much going on at any given moment. Oh man. What the fuck? Oh, but yes. Max tackles a bunch of techniques with his collection of colorful cutouts. Meanwhile, can John create his perfectly looping 3D artwork at the same time as wearing a giant crab claw? Spoiler! Absolutely not. All right, you've got to go and check this out if you have not seen it yet. But yeah, awesome. You can find that on the Nounish page on Warpcast, or presumably also on YouTube. I haven't checked it there, but they always post everything there. And finally, we've got one more Nouns Fest video is up. This one I am going to go and get on. That's not the button I meant to press. Go and check it out on YouTube. I love this one. It's a little stop motion animation. Absolutely beautifully done. Beautiful little city set. This is a miniature. I mean, look at that. It's incredible. So yes, this is yet another Nouns Fest animation, which is horrifying on so many levels. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a Nouns Fest animation, so obviously it is a, feature-length piss joke, but still, it's Hydrant and Hounds, and, go watch it yourself, really. You need to. The Nouns Fest YouTube, just youtube.com/@NounsFest. It's so easy to find. Go check it out yourself. I'm not going to show the thing on stream. Go and watch it by yourself. It's worth your time. I promise you. Here, I'll go ahead and pin that link up to the space as well if I can, which I don't seem to be able to. But hopefully we can. Brett, can you get that? It's not letting me do the thing.
What, the Nouns Fest?
Yeah. Hydrant and Hounds. Thank you. Yeah, I just couldn't get to it. All right, great. So that is pinned up to the space. It's also on Warpcast. It's also on YouTube. I recommend going just straight to their YouTube because all of their animations are there. And if you like me, every time you watch one of them, you want to watch more of them. So youtube.com/@NounsFest. Let's go back to some of the proposals now. Looks like we have Isabel here, the Isabel team, or we did. Oh, they must have had to bail. All right. We'll talk about that at a later date. They were here for a little bit. It looks like they did have to leave, but this is starting in 37 hours, so hopefully we'll be able to talk about this on the show tomorrow in more detail. But they have adjusted the proposal significantly. And it looks like the whole thing is in one lump sum now, which was a lot of the feedback, which surprised me because, usually Noun's proposals, they do, historically, they have wanted it in chunks. And this one, the feedback was just do all of it in one proposal. Looks like they've done so. So instead of asking in 3 separate proposals over time, they've combined it all, 360K USDC. And they've also given a lot more context on the proposal. So I'm sure we'll be talking about that more tomorrow, ideally, or the day after. If they can't come by tomorrow, I'll wax poetic on it, but I don't want to steal their thunder before. Oh, there we go. They might be back. Is whoever's behind the Isabel account able to come up on stage? I'm inviting you to speak. Hopefully you can talk about this proposal a little bit. No big deal if not. We've still got time. But, well, I invited you, and if you're able to come up, just unmute and interrupt me. Next up, we've got the Nouns Piggy Bank. I still haven't gotten more context on this, but it is literally a piggy bank. So hopefully we're gonna see some more info on this. I really like, and it's gonna be this whole project where they put together workshops to paint the base models and everything. Daguma designed them, and if you don't know Daguma, he actually is he's a Nounish artist and actually did contribute significantly to the Yellow Collective. Some of everybody's favorite traits, and a lot of my personal favorite TNS art, like that we've had contests. He's entered a lot of those, and he's one of those. He's one of the people that wins fairly consistently, or at least places fairly consistently, and there's a reason for it. I mean, he's brilliant. And he designed these piggy bank sculptures, which is more evidence of that being shown. So it's exciting. They've already done an activation at Bali Nouns Week, and presumably this is to continue that. Next up, I know Wide-Eyed Carl is not able to come up on stage, but he is here. Nouns at the Central Academy of Fine Art in Beijing. So, okay. I've read through this proposal, and anybody who has been on who's come to this show with any regularity knows how big of a fan I am of this team. This is the same team that did the playground proposal that I waxed poetic about for like a month, and then the as well as the benches at that hike that the name is escaping me, but the point is they ship, and they are looking to do so again, asking for 105K USDC to fund a public art installation at the Central Academy of Fine Art College in Beijing. It is the premier fine arts institution in China. It is a publicly accessible area. The artist that created this big block of nouns, which I'm absolutely going to recreate in Minecraft in like an hour, is a member of the Fine Art Institution. And yeah, it's basically just installing Nounish art in a high traffic public place, and in this case, specifically in a college of fine arts, which is exactly the kind of people that I really want Nouns to be inspiring. I personally, and I know I'm not the only one with that view. And yeah, faculty member at CAFA, I should have said. And it's big, it's just a giant cube. It's got mirrors, and there's also, yeah, there's some characters on the outside. It's a 4x4x4 meter cube, 64 meters cube block. These renderings are, as usual, fantastic. And that's the actual site where it's going to be. And CAFA has already officially accepted the art installation. So none of the red tape, you know, which I always really appreciate about these proposals, is they get that out of the way before they even propose. They say, hey, this is something that we want to do. We don't know if we have funding for it yet, but we want to do this. Do we have your approval if we can get funding? And they get that approval before they submit the proposal, which means there's no, well, we're going to do this if we can do it. It's always, if we get funded, this will happen, which you know, you can't always do. It's harder than you would think in a lot of places. And the fact that this team so consistently manages it is fantastic. I do not know anybody who has attended CAFA, but I know people who have. It is genuinely a very, very prestigious locale for us to have a big ass block of nouns, which is probably not the way that the team would want me to describe it, but they've got, as usual, they've got this brilliantly laid out timeline. And I've commented on how much I enjoy these before. Incidentally, the last proposal for the playground, they posted a timeline like this in the proposal, and they nailed it to the day, which is kind of ridiculous when it comes to any sort of construction project, at least in my experience. So yeah, I'm instantly in favor of this. Oh yeah, and the convenient slideshow as if to illustrate my point, because that's exactly what it's for, of their previous IRL activations. It's awesome. So go check that out if you haven't yet. It literally just went up. It's still open for changes. If you have feedback for this team on this proposal, you can leave it on the prop itself. And that is a big help. Or I know you can reach out to Carl or Noun 74. Probably Carl. He's more responsive in my experience on Warpcast. Carl, you DM me if I screwed any of that up. I think I did. I think I did okay, but let me know if I missed anything. All right, fantastic. So, yes, if you have any feedback, please leave it on the proposal. It is still open for changes for the foreseeable future. The faster you get in your feedback, it's open for changes for the next 41 hours. The faster you get in your feedback, the more likely they are going to be able to integrate it meaningfully into the proposal. So if you want to offer your perspective, please get your feedback in soon. You do not need a noun to offer feedback on nouns proposals. You can do a zero-weight vote with reason on any proposal, regardless of if you hold a noun or not. And if you do have meaningful feedback, if you have subject matter expertise or whatever, and you want to show that off, proposers are pretty much universally very thankful for that. So, Prop 703, check it out today. And finally, Prop 704, I haven't seen this yet. Asking for 32K USDC, scaling our plastics educational tours to teach students about plastic recycling, design sustainability, and noun style with a focus on engaging local schools. Apparently sounds good. Asking for Nounish wall art, NFT displays, giveaways, sharing video explainers, social media exposure to schools and students. Okay, our Plastic is a Bali-based company that transforms old, used plastic into amazing new products. I feel like I should be reading this in like an infomercial voice. Instead of letting plastic pollute the environment, we recycle it, giving it a second life as items like surfboard racks, furniture, and even parts for e-motorbikes. But wait, there's more! Also inspire the next generation by hosting factory tours where kids can see the recycling process in action and create their own plastic art. So this is to scale that up a little bit. Age 5 to 22, so elementary to college age, roughly. Focus on different types of plastics. Okay, subsidy for local schools is always nice. Really, just full renovations, it looks like. Some art info. Looking to hire an education manager to do all of the on-the-ground work. Regular progress updates, so that's fairly typical. And showing off what the field trips do. So, yeah. Awesome. I'm sure we'll be talking about this more in the coming days. I'll reach out to Coral. I'm also getting an update on Prop 703 from Carl. One main point to add would be that physical nouns installation like Playground or the Nouns Cube, their purpose and their goal for it is to foster dialogue and Noun CC0 and open source value while not linking directly to the Nouns treasury. Because we want to cultivate a mindset of how can I use this open source asset in my work, business, creative venture, etc., shifting away from how can I get funded by Nouns. Thank you for pointing that out. That is important. It's about the Nouns, CC0 ethos and really about making Nouns into a cultural movement instead of it is Nouns as culture as opposed to Nouns as big pile of money. Which is what we want. At least it's what I want. So, thank you for pointing that out. That is very important. But yeah, as for pending proposals, that's all she wrote. I know we've got a couple of interesting candidates up. Carlos, I'm going to save you time. Because I know you want to hop up and talk about it. Candidate 439, sexual pleasure detection device. Go and check that out. They're definitely looking for feedback on that. Leo reached out to me earlier today and I completely forgot to reply to him. Both of my brain cells were otherwise occupied at the moment and it totally slipped my mind. But yes, Corella Purple, it did fail the first time and they are back up with a new candidate with some updates. So I know that they are soliciting feedback on that. If you have any, go to the candidates tab. Seriously, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. And the earlier you can give feedback, the better it is for the proposer and the better it is for Nouns, honestly, because, the more people give feedback the earlier, the more likely it is that we're able to get more things done faster. But yeah, that's about it for proposals. And we have been here for about an hour. So is there anything that I'm missing?
Don't think so.
All right.
There's a council call in about 7 hours.
I'm going to be asleep.
Elad and David are going to be on with their updates for the Noun stream. It's like the new exit mechanic, so to speak. But yeah, they have their draft proposal in the Nouncil Discord already. If anyone wants to check that out.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. The NNS prop. Dom reached out to me earlier today, and we talked about it a little bit. One of the things that the NNS prop is going to do is basically establish a Nouncil salary, essentially, because voting in Nouncil does get you Nogs. So that's pretty neat. That's not relevant to anything that you just said. It just made me think about it.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a salary. You're going to get Nogs for voting in there now. But
When I call it a salary, I mean you are getting paid for voting. It's not not a lot.
yeah, it's 30% of WAGs split up between like 100 people,
Yeah.
or I guess however many people vote.
Well, more like 40-ish on average.
Yeah.
Still, it's a 30% of a decent chunk. So, just something that I thought was worth pointing out, that I thought was neat. Really, filtering back into the voters. Anyway, with that done, I think we're about ready to wrap, right?
Yes.
Speak now or forever hold your ETH. All right. Well, we have got the worldwide nouns that is going to be coming up this coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. They're going to have the 6 p.m. EST, my time. They're going to have Kid Pass on, some folks from Kid Pass, specifically. Who is this? Kanaka-san, can you remind me who from Kid Pass is going to be on this show? If you're here.
Oh, Kinako-san.
Hello?
Oh,
You spoke to me?
Yes.
just
Can you remind me
Yeah.
who's going to be on Worldwide Nouns next week?
Yeah. So I couldn't catch. I'm just in my car.
I am so sorry.
Sorry. I just take my kids on the kindergarten right now.
All good.
Well, what did he say?
Can you remind me who is going to be on Worldwide Nouns next week? Somebody from Kid Pass, but I forget who they are within the context of Kid Pass.
Yeah, you can come to the my
Can
program.
can we stop? Can we all take a break and get rid of this echo?
Is there Samro?
Is there an echo?
I think it's you, Carlos.
It sounds like it's you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to hold the program with the KPass legal call to next week. Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me who that is that's coming from Kid Pass though?
So Taga-san, and also Midas will come
Oh, great.
to the
Okay.
program. Yeah.
Well,
And
if you
also, yeah, there's a dubbing. I can see the down there. So also, I will send keep us package to the Uganda. The when we just make a proposal, we put the idea into the such idea to the part two. So I'm still continue to submit the proposal to the Noun Square grant.
All right, fantastic. Well, if anybody wants to go check that out, I very much recommend it. If you don't know about TNS Open Mic, by the way, here's some context that you might be missing. We used to, on the Noun Square, host we had this program called the Soapbox, where we would have essentially shows from around the Nouniverse. Various Nounish communities would be able to use our platform in order to do a show for their own network. At our peak, we hosted, I think, 40 shows a week on TNS. We did eventually spin down that program because it became so basically it was high lift, low yield overall, but we still wanted to give folks a platform if they so desired. And so we started the TNS open mic account where we hop in on this account, on the Noun Square account every once in a while, join in and share our audience with that account whenever possible. And Worldwide Nouns has made great use of that. They are on their 55th episode is what this is going to be. That is a full year of doing this weekly show. And it's a lot of fun. It's all about everything going on in Japan, and they do a great job. So it's sort of it's basically PBS but for nouns is what we try to do with TNS Open Mic. So if you're not following it already, go check it out at TNS_Open Mic. And it is
Thank
pinned
you for the
above to the
introduction.
space.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't talk about open mic all that much anymore, so I think it's worth bringing up because there's good shows on there. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into building stuff on that platform. So
Yeah, the contest is key. So as long as I stay continue to such a program that produced by the Noun Square in Japan side. Yeah, Japanese also getting understand what the nouns is. Yeah, it's
awesome.
all now.
Yeah, it's a great time. So definitely go check it out. I'm going to try to be there if I can. That is going to be 6 p.m. EST next week, Tuesday, December 10th. With that out of the way, I think that's all she wrote for today. So thanks, everybody, for coming to Noun O'Clock. I said I was going to play it if we got that other Nomo, but I wanted to listen to it anyway, so you're getting it. Thanks for coming to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We are going to be back here tomorrow, 2:05 a.m. EST, to see who picks up this Fabergé egg. In the meantime, don't forget to pick up Nomo Noun at number 1338, the Pride Weed Head. Just 0.00069 ETH, that's 267 USD. Don't forget to check out the Yellow Collective now, number 413, this sick Nounie. The next 24 hours. Don't forget to vote on proposals. Don't forget to check out the candidates, and we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming, everybody.